right, ladies, I'm jumping on. I didn't tell you, ladies, I was going to go on live, but I just figured I'm going to come on live. I just need to give a little pep talk to some of you ladies. We're finishing week 3, finishing it pretty strong. Today was our second low-carb day for those ladies who are carb cycling. For those who are doing keto and killing it, just keep doing it. Oh, I'm just going to fix my shirt so we don't have a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. Okay, let's see. Let's get into it. This is what I need to talk to you ladies about. I need to talk to you ladies. Oh my goodness, this is not what I wanted to do. I should have fixed myself before getting on live. I need to talk to you ladies about something extremely important, okay? And it is this. My message has always been we are more than our body. We're more than our body. We are more than the food we eat. And the thing is, these messages can get construed and really a bit fucked up even when we are trying to work on our health. Now, we probably have different definitions of health. And for fun, if you want to tell me what your definition of health is, you can put it in the box below. My definition of health is a full embodiment, meaning you feel healthy up here, you feel healthy in here, and the rest is a byproduct. Now, we live in a really weird society that has told us how to be female, right? There seems to be one way to be female in our world, and there's a pushback coming with the body positivity movement, and I totally believe in this. Hello, ladies who are joining. I didn't tell you, ladies, I was going live, but I just got on because I feel like there's something in my heart that I really need to talk to you ladies about. And it's pretty much this. We are way more than our bodies. We are way more than our food. I know that for me, when I was healing my relationship with my body image and my relationship with my food, that is when I discovered it had nothing to do with those things. The issues I was having with my food had nothing to do with the food. The issues that I've helped other ladies overcome with their food has nothing to do with their food. Now, it kind of seems weird, but it's the truth. The issues we have with our body image has nothing to do with our body at all. These are just distractions to what is really happening inside our body. So I want us to learn how to get back into our body and to actually feel safe in our body. This is why I created the Food Freedom Academy self-study course. And no, this is not a pitch for ladies, but listen, I do feel that the more we diet, first of all, you should never be a professional dieter. That is not healthy in and of itself. When I talk about tracking, I do it to a way to create awareness, because as a society, our portions are fucked up. Okay, this is just the reality of things. You go to any restaurant, they're giving you portions to feed 3 people. Okay, so we've just become accustomed to that. Now, is food bad? Of course not. I don't believe in bad food, but I had to do a lot of healing around my relationship with food. And food, I think, besides a relationship within ourselves, is a second huge relationship that we need to have, because we're eating for the rest of our lives. We don't just eat some way for 12 weeks and we're good, right? We have to eat every day. And I think some ladies I've had talk to me, and again, if this is you, just let me know, have talked to me that they have a fear with food, that they're struggling with food. Now, yes, I do have Food Freedom Academy, and it is a self-study course, but this, I want you to really sit in that discomfort and see what it is. What are you scared of? See, it's gonna be hard. If we've been raised a certain way and we've been conditioned, right, by our society, this is the reality. You look at any woman on a magazine, in a restaurant, anytime there's a woman and food around, she's being scrutinized. If it's not by herself, it's by other people. This is what we live in, and this is what I'm fighting against, because we should be able to eat in a way and not self-deprecate on ourselves for our food decisions, right? We should be able to show up in a way that we feel good about ourselves, not that we're being judged. And listen, I put a post on that. I talk about this all the time. People have opinions. That is not your identity. Who cares what people think? What matters is what you think. So it's going to be hard when you start unpacking these things, but the thing is I want to shine the light that you need to unpack it, because what you don't heal, you pass on. So some of you are moms in the group, or perhaps you are in a role where you're of influence to other, well, actually, we're all in a role of influence to other women, right, of all ages. And I speak to the women because I don't really see a problem with the boys. Yes, it is starting. Yes, the stats are showing, but listen, I'm a women's coach, so I give talks in the high school, and this is why we are of all that influence. So when we are out with our girlfriends, our mother, our sister, or whatever, when we are making decisions about our food, we need to be empowered by our decisions. We're not just eating the food and then telling ourselves that we're bad because we're eating the food. We have to stop that. We have to stop that. For some reason, it's acceptable in societies to say things like this, and you just hear it all the time. My ears bleed. This is the little changes that we need to do, and they're gonna be hard. Now, if you are struggling with food, listen, the first step I give in Food Freedom Academy is write down all the foods that you think are bad, all of them. Put it on a list, and then I want you to eat one thing from that. Like, honestly, the only way we learn is by total immersion. You need to dip yourself in it, sink or swim. And it's gonna be hard, but this is what I want you to understand. Which is harder? Living in that fear of food and having food control you and feeling so small and stuck and like a prisoner, or eating a food that you have believed to be bad for you, actually surrendering to it, eating it, feeling super uncomfortable, and you probably don't like it, and you're having all these negative thoughts in your brain telling you, confirming that you're bad or whatever. Like, which heart are you choosing, right? When I got to the point where I ripped off my meal plan, I had been following a fucking meal plan for 3 years, okay? Zachary, I'm doing a video, baby, and I don't think people want to see you in your boxers. I got to a point where it was like, I'm sorry if there's little ears, but it is legit the truth. I got up. I was fed up of living in that prison. I ripped my meal plan to shreds. Yes, I was scared. But yes, it was hard. But I was choosing the heart of, I am going to figure it out. I don't care if I gain a gazillion thousand fucking pounds and I blow up like a whale. I can't live like this anymore. Which heart is it? That's the thing. Humans are funny like that. We go for pain. We live off of what brings us pleasure, and we run away from things that give us pain. Sometimes our pain isn't enough to push us. So the way I like to think of it is this. This is a perfect scenario. There was this man, this is a story, by the way, it's not true. There was this man, he was walking down the street, and he could hear a dog howling, okay, on the porch. He was listening to this dog howl. He walks up to the house with the porch where the dog is howling, and there's this old man rocking in a chair. Now, there's one dog howling and one dog is sleeping. So the man says to the old man, "What's up with your dog? Why is he howling like that?" And the man says, "Well, it's because he's sitting on a nail." So the younger man says, "Well, why doesn't he get off?" And the older man says, "Because it doesn't hurt enough." This is the reality of humans. If it doesn't hurt enough, we don't change. So you have to come to a point where you're saying, I can't live like this anymore. And you rip off the stupid meal plan, or you take apart, you deconstruct all the food rules, FOMOs, obsessions. You put it on a paper and you look at it and you say, is this how I'm going to live the rest of my life? Or can I try something different? Something that probably brings me a lot of discomfort, something that is going against the norm, these are the conversations you have to have with yourself, because if nothing changes, nothing will change, right? Now, yes, you're in a group to try to feel better, and I'm trying to really help you empower yourself to be the whole thing. So yes, we're learning about intermittent fasting because there are a ton of benefits of it. Yes, we're learning about carb cycling because together they're a magic potion mix. But if you have been dieting for years on end, I'm going to tell you, girlfriend, This is not what you need to be doing. Yes, stay in the group because you're going to get empowered. You're going to learn to move your body in ways that feel good to you. Check out my workouts. They're totally fun. And wait till December. They're going to be even more fun because I'm switching it up. You need to learn to find pleasure in the process. If you're going in it thinking that you are deprived, you're a victim, all the stories you tell in your head, then you're right. You're going to be right. Right? This is the beautiful opportunity for you to say, is this true for me? Why do I feel like this? And is this how I want to continue? If you don't have these messy conversations within yourself, then you're going to forever be struggling. Now, I don't want that for you, right? This is why I'm going to tell you right now, I had a really hard time trying to be in the fitness space of health and wellness because a lot of it is bullshit, in my opinion. A lot of it is, hurry up, lose the weight, you're going to feel 1,000 times better, blah, 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 blah. And yes, you might feel better, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't feel better here and you don't feel better here, it doesn't matter what your body looks like. I've done it. I've been there. And I hated myself, if not more. Right? And constantly living with the fear of food. This is not what I want for you ladies at all. I am a strong advocate for ultimate health has to do with this and this first. Everything else is a byproduct. And listen, there's not one way to have a body. We live in a fat-phobic society. It is our job to say, this is my body, and you don't have an opinion about it. You don't get the right to tell me how to live in my body because I feel safe in my body, right? You need to feel safe in your body. You need to let your body feel the feels it feels. You feel that? You need to be in it. And the minute you surrender, see, when you try to control everything, that's the opposite of trust. You can't control all the things. And there has been study after study after study just demonstrating the truth that if you eat a food and you think it's bad, your metabolism slows down. If you eat a food and you think it's good, your metabolism is normal. So if you're eating food and you're beating yourself up over it, or if you're eating food with that fear of being in a deprived state, or when's the next time I'm going to eat it, then girl, you are not doing yourself a favor. You're doing yourself a huge disservice. You're doing your body, like, we only have one body. This is our home. This has to be number one, right? So we need to learn how to, yes, find pleasure in the process. Find foods that make you feel good. That's why I'm a big advocate for, listen, you need to have buffer foods. I have buffer foods every day, meaning I'm going to have something sweet every day. On low carb days, I'm going to drink my mushroom hot chocolate, right? And if I were to have a little piece of chocolate, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. If you're living in that, white knuckling it through, you're going to continuously keep getting the same results that you've always gotten. The minute you surrender and you allow yourself the space to grow through it, it's not going to be comfortable, right? This is why I find the health industry, the fitness industry really sucks, because they're not doing a service to their women that they're serving or their people that they're serving, because it's all about no pain, no gain, right? You're not pushing hard enough. We got to work on the mind strong. This is where the work has to come. These are the reps we got to work on, right? Then we got to heal. Did somebody say something to you when you were a little girl, right? Maybe you grew up and your mom was overweight. I don't know. Maybe you grew up and somebody said, like for me, somebody made comments about my thighs, right? Then we hold that in our bodies and we think that that's our identity, and it's not. It is not about our body. What did somebody say to you? What did they make you feel? Go back and feel that feel. We need to process that, right? This is where the issues come, and we use food as a distraction. We're all emotional beings, girls. I know those days all too well, but I also know there's another way to live because I've been doing it for the last few years. Do I track all the time? Hell no. Right? I'm teaching you ladies simple tools, but these are just tools to learn portion sizes, understand what food is, so you can learn to eat it guilt-free. Then you move away from it, right? And the minute you can trust yourself around food, I'm telling you, the world is beautiful. You can go. I was that girl that was afraid to go to events, and I would actually not go to events because I was known as the girl that would be stuck at the table just freaking stuffing my face nonstop. Okay, it's horrible, right? Or I was the girl that would bring my lunches with me all the time because I was like, oh, I can't be trusted around food. And then I was either good and I eat my lunch, feel bad for myself because everybody's having a good time and I suck, or I would say, fuck it, and just stay at the table nonstop, pigging out nonstop. Like, you have to get to a place where, which is, choose your hard, because it's going to be hard either way. You either live in your food prison and all the thoughts that keep you stuck, or you say, is this the reality that I want to live in? Am I allowed to be in my body? Because your body is a good body, right? And it doesn't, I could tell you until I'm blue in the face, okay? I could be on giving you my last breaths of oxygen. It won't matter at all. And I don't blow smoke. Anybody who knows me, I do not blow smoke. When I speak, it is from my heart and my soul. It's the damn truth. I don't blow smoke. It wouldn't matter, because if you don't believe it, you're not going to feel it. And it's not a fake it till you make it. You got to be it, and you got to be it until you see it. You are becoming something that you want to be, right? You are already worthy. There's no prerequisite. You don't got to drop 5 pounds for somebody to love you more. You turn that mirror around, girl. Why don't you love you? Look at yourself as though you were that younger version of you, 3 or 4, and tell that little girl that she's not good enough. How does that feel in your stomach? How does that feel in your heart? Does that sit well with you? No? Good. It shouldn't. And this is what we are doing to ourselves. We are telling our younger versions that she was never enough, and as an adult, we're trying to beat her down. Stop it. Stop it. If you are struggling with food, do the first step that I do in Food Freedom Academy. Girlfriend, you're going to take a paper. You're going to write down all the foods that you think are bad, all the foods that you are afraid of, all those silly, stupid food rules. Put them on the damn paper. And then you're going to choose something to eat from that list. And you're going to think about it. How does it feel? Are you getting sweaty palms? Are you stressed out? What are the thoughts you're saying in your head? And you're going to write it on the paper. Write it down. Write it down. Then I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, pretend you are a little girl of 4 years old, and read that out loud to her. How does that feel? It shouldn't feel good. This has to stop. I'm telling you, this has to stop. You're in a program to learn how to build yourselves up, but if you keep tearing yourselves down, girls, we're not beating our bodies to the ground. I did that for years, and I hated myself. I got nothing from it. I want you to find pleasure in the journey. Yes, it's okay to want to lose weight, but listen, you need to accept that you have no control over outside sources, meaning your body's going to do what your body's going to do. And if you've been dieting forever, your body's not going to let you lose weight. Why? Because you treat it like shit. So that's the reality of it. If you want to learn how to embrace yourself and learn, and it's not about self-love. Self-love to me, honestly, not that I'm a big advocate of self-love, I am, but I feel like when you're coming from a place where you really don't like yourself, to get to the place where you're going to say self-love, that's a huge freaking gap. Bring it to the normal, bring it to base, bring it to neutral. What can you decide to appreciate about your body? Right? Let's look at it gratitude-wise. You woke up today, you're breathing. That's amazing. Your legs get you to work. Do you know how many people are stuck in a wheelchair? You get to work out. How amazing is that? You get to cook foods that feel good to you. There are people in the world starving. How amazing are you to be able to have the abundance that you have? Right? It's flipping the mindset. It's coming with gratitude. It's coming with appreciation and getting back to base, normalizing it, getting to neutral. I don't want you to start the whole self-love. I love myself. I'm beautiful. Don't go there. Get to base. Base. What do people tell you when they talk to you? Right? You have friends. You have people who love you. What do they say to you? Right? I want you to think about that. they're not blowing smoke either. We are our worst critics. And if you are somebody who grew up like I grew up, with everybody dieting, my mom was always dieting. My grandmother, bless her heart, would always ask me until the day she died how much I weighed. That is the way that they grew up. Our worth was in our body, was in our shell. Right? And I used to play along because I didn't know that there was another way. So I would tell my grandma, I'm 160 pounds. Oh, you don't look like you're that much, right? What does that look like? I feel good. What does it matter? I had to get to a point where I was rebelling against it, right? That's why I created Radiant Rebels. That's why I have Feed That Glow. That's why I talk like I do, because there is another way, loves. There is. You don't have to be a part of that stupid game that society prescribed to you. Those roles they gave you, you don't have to take it. Throw that shit away. You are a grown-ass woman. Your body and your looks are the least interesting thing about you. Oh, there we go. I'm getting text. It is the least interesting thing about you. It is. You have a voice, you have a heart, you have a mind, you're funny, you're witty. What else do you do? Why do people hang around with you, right? Those are the qualities that I want you to bring out more. I want you to find a place in your body to feel safe and at home. If you are at war with your body, girlfriend, you're going to forever be at war. Forever. I do theta healing around this work, and if you are constantly looking to lose weight, you're never going to find it. That is a byproduct. You have no control. What you do have control over is how you can surrender to the process. What do you choose to do? What do you find pleasure in? Does eating certain foods make you feel good? Are you showing up for yourself? Certain movement? Do you dance in your underwear? Do you do fun things with yourself? Do you all these things are the questions you need to start asking yourself, right? So we are finishing week 3. I am really proud of you ladies, because I introduced, and that was hard for me. I had to have a lot of a talk with myself of being, it's okay to teach the tools. I want to teach you the tools, but I also need you to do this mindset work, because that is by far, Mind Strong has to be number 1. Mind Strong. You don't gotta love yourself just yet, girlfriend. You don't. But what can you start to appreciate about yourself? What can you bring yourself back to base? Be neutral. Bring it neutral, right? If you start thinking bad things about yourself, flip it. I want contrast. Find something better to say about yourself. And it doesn't have to be, I am this holy whatever. Don't go all fluff like that. What can you say about yourself right now in this moment that you can be neutral about? And then I want you to really ask yourself, if you've been dieting forever, you need to stop right now. Stop dieting. Yes, still be in this program. Yes, still move your body, but you're going to stop dieting. You need to come to a place where, which heart are you ready to choose? Are you going to live in your food prison, body prison, all this shit? Or are you going to live in the heart of, now I got to relearn how to walk. Now I got to relearn how to do the things. Do I trust myself? I'm not sure, but I'm willing to practice, and I'm going to get in the messy action of practicing, right? These are the 2 questions that you have to ask yourself. Because that's what it is. That is the truth. When I think back to the old Crystal in 2014 and 2015, it was hard AF. Hard AF, right? I had to do a lot of healing. And it's not just a 12-week thing and boom, you're done. No, girl. We all have baggage. We all have hurts. We've all been told something. We've all felt something because of something, right? Maybe you feel like you're not pretty enough, or that was my narrative for the longest time. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I can't do any of these things. And I eventually challenged myself to be like, my looks are the least interesting thing about me. I think I can be funny sometimes, right? I think that I can help other women see their worth. So I started showing up on camera. That's the thing. Boom, done. I don't care what people think about me, because if I live in that notion, I would have never showed up on camera. I would have never started filming myself, any of that. And I was doing that, ladies, in the middle of my fucking rebound. Okay? The point where I really, really, really hated myself, because I had trained so hard to step on a stage. I still didn't like myself, but then because I didn't like myself, right, I went, and this is the thing with diets, girls. Diets are die with a T. The weight that you lose if you are dieting will come back on and then some. Why? Because a diet is rigid. A diet is strict. A diet makes you feel like a victim. You feel deprived. And I gained all my weight back and then some. To say that I stepped on stage 2013 at 125 pounds, and is that healthy, girls? No. Let me tell you right now. If you were looking in magazines or you were looking, first of all, you know about Photoshop, right? When I give my talks in high schools, I show this one video. Go on YouTube and check this out right now. Photoshopped pizza into a woman. If they can take a slice of pizza, turn her into a model, and use her on a magazine, girl, no wonder we feel like we're never enough. Okay? We live in a photoshopped, filtered world. Okay? That's bullshit. If I can work on myself, girl, I know you can too. And how I healed myself was I looked at the demons within. I started looking at what people had said to me before that I took as my identity, people's opinions, all that other BS. And I started asking if it was my truth. And it wasn't. It wasn't my absolute truth. And what did I do? I started Feed That Glow. I started filming myself. I was 190 pounds. I had people in my small town tell me to my face that I let myself go. I still showed up, girls. Yes, I cried. I did all the things. But you know what? Living in my hell was worse. I showed up. I chose me. Right? And right now, where I'm at in my body, sure, I might want to lose weight or I might not want to. It's not about that. Right now, it's a process. Right now, it's I get to choose to move my body. I get to choose to eat foods that are already abundant to me. I don't have a fear of food anymore. I don't have cravings. I trust myself around food. And when I choose, because I'm PMSing, to have an extra serving or whatever the fuck, I do it guilt-free. I don't sit there and beat myself up. That took work. That took courage. That took strength, right? It took honesty. It took me actually looking at the things. And this is what I want for you. So yeah, momentum. You're getting your workouts. I'm coaching you, ladies. We're in an awesome sisterhood tribe doing all the amazing things. But you got to be here, girl. You got to be here. And if you are struggling right now, I need you to reach out to me. We can even, if you are brave enough, because I'm going to tell you right now, if what you are feeling, you are not the only one. I lived in hell for so long because I thought I was the only one. And when I realized that I was a Me Too, I was a Me Too. There are so many Me Toos in this world, right? You're not alone. And I believe in you, but I need you to believe in you. I can give you all the tools. It's not going to matter. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You can go through it like a robot. You can get amazing results, but they're not going to last. Why? Because you got to believe that you're already worthy. You got to believe that you're choosing you. You got to look at that little 3 or 4-year-old girl within and tell her she is amazing beyond measure, right? It is more than saying you are good enough, because when you say good enough, and this, I did this with my theta coach, you're going to hear that podcast episode real soon, but it just blew my mind. When we say we are good enough, it caps it. It gives us a cap. But when we say I am amazing beyond measure, you can't measure that shit. It's off the charts, right? We are more than this body. This meat sack full of bones and fat and skin, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's aging. We are dying. Every day we're dying. Did you know that? Every day we're dying. Every day you wake up, that is a blessing. Every day we are dying. Every day you have the choice to show up and actually be in this body. Because one day this body is not going to do the things that we were able to do before. I can speak from experience. This January until May, I was unable to move my body because I had a massive flare from my spondylolisthesis. When I was 1, I was thrown across a room, okay, by an adult that was supposed to care for me, okay? I had a leg in a cast for I don't know how many months, and they didn't know that my spine was broken or whatever that is, right? My spine, like, I can't use both hands, but spondylolisthesis is basically that. My vertebrae shifted, boom, done. There's 4 levels of that. I'm at a 2. At a 4, you're in a wheelchair, okay? So I have lived with this my whole life. I don't let that limit me. But I got to a point when I first realized that I wanted to get healthy, right? And this is the big thing. When we want to get healthy, it always comes from a place of not feeling good enough, not feeling good in our skin. And I get it, right? I was there. I gained 100 pounds with Alex. I had massive back pain. And that is when the doctor told me I had to lose weight, right? I had to lose weight. So that is when I started my journey. And I've lived with this my whole life, this back issue. But this January till May, I couldn't do nothing. Sitting hurt, laying down hurt, walking hurt, everything hurt. I was on pain meds. I got myself off of that because I know that wasn't healthy, right? So I took my pain meds for a few weeks and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to go to the natural stuff. I'm going to practice mobility, flexibility. I'm going to practice mindset. I'm going to practice, being in the moment, all the things, right? And then I was able to actually get to, so now I can move my body again. Yes, I still have pain. I can tell you I have pain on a weekly basis, but that is not my story. That is not my identity. I show up for myself. Why? Because I want a strong back. I need a strong back. If not, I'm going to end up in a chair. I don't want that. I'm only 40. I don't want that. Right? And I don't try to think of when I'm in my 50s or 60s, I'll end up with I'm not thinking of that. I'm not pulling that into my vortex. I'm focusing on the right now. On the right now, what can I choose? What is in my power, right? I want you ladies to look at that. What is in your power right now? You are powerful beyond measure. You are amazing beyond measure. This meat sack that is full of fat and bones and skin, right? It's nothing. It is nothing. You are amazing beyond measure, and I need you to see that. I need you to start showing up for yourselves. And if you are struggling with food, if you are struggling with whatever it is, we need to have these talks. I am here to help you through it, and we're going to grow together because I don't have it all figured out. Girls, don't ever think I have it figured out. I don't. I'll wing it, okay? Just like I wing my eyeliner, okay? It's like a daily thing. I wing it. Some days I show up and it's subpar. Some days I show up and it's even better. Today, I was excited. I joined the other gym that I used to go to, and I realized the reason I quit the gym that I trained at was because I felt, and I'm going to say this without crying. When I did my shows, I trained at that gym. They have pictures of me on the wall, okay? Embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. So I stopped going to that gym. I didn't realize it then. I didn't realize it. I just knew that I didn't feel comfortable anymore. Why didn't I feel comfortable? Because I wasn't comfortable in my skin. Was it a real thing? Yes, I felt it. But in the grand scheme of things, do people care? No. Right? So I stopped going to that gym. Yes, I still trained. I bought my own stuff. I was training from home. I just sell all that. I had to make room. I have the world's smallest house, right? Whatever. Then I started training at another gym. Still not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. The other day, and I'm telling you ladies, when I joined the gym, I've been training 1 month. Every day when I go work out, I don't want to, but I do it because motivation is not a feeling. It is not a feeling. If you wait to be motivated, you will never get anything done in your life. Boom, period. Okay? Ever. You have to do the thing. So I know this. I show up. I do. Next thing you know, boom, I get a spark of motivation and I'm excited. And I decided I went back to the other gym today. I was like, my membership is due. I'm going to grab a membership from my old gym, my old stomping grounds, where I had been training for years, right? Where I felt amazing and I know the equipment and all the things. That's what I'm going to go do. And I showed up. And I looked at my pictures on the wall and I was like, you're okay, girl, because you're not that girl anymore. And I'm happy that I did the journey that I did because I wouldn't be who I am. So this is what I want you to understand, ladies. You are more than all of it. And you might be in a rut. You might feel like you're a failure or whatever it is you feel. I feel what you feel, girl. But listen, everybody has a chapter that they don't read out loud. And that chapter is not your full story. Okay? You are more than this body. You can't be in it for the end goal. Because what if you never lose weight? Are you going to keep beating yourself down? You could die tomorrow, girlfriend. Honestly, is this how you want to be? No. I want you to look at it like this. We are already dying every day we are. This is the reality of the things. What do you want to do with what is left with your life? So that when it gets to that time, there is no regrets. They interviewed people who were dying, and the big thing was they had regrets for not doing the things they wanted to do. They had regrets of being afraid of what other people thought of them. They had regrets, they had passions that they never pursued, right? Because of the fears. What do you want? Because this is just a small part. This is the least of it. And this is the biggest thing that holds women back. We are so afraid of taking up space. We are so afraid that we're not good enough and we don't look good enough and we're not this size and we don't blah, 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 blah. All the bullshit. You're more than that. I need you to see that. I need you to feel that. I need you to just be in it. You might not believe it, but be in it and keep showing up. Because when you do, you give permission to your other sisters to do the same. And it's a feed-forward cycle. And it's positive, and it's beautiful, and it's amazing. And the more we do it, it's like wildfires. Burn it all down. We are reinventing ourselves and what it means to be female in this world. And you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to do what you want. Nobody has a say. Ever. I think my son is home and I gotta go and lock the door. Anyways, this is why I had to jump on live tonight to tell you this. Because if you are struggling, okay, I'm just gonna go and lock the door for my son and then I'm gonna get off because I have no idea how long I've been on. Hey, baby! If you are struggling with the food, I need you to start doing the dirty work. You need to choose, oh, my hair is wild. You need to choose what your hard is. Right? What is your hard? You're going to write this down. What is my hard on a paper, right? What is my hard? It might not be food. That is fine. What is your hard? Is it hard to work out? Then you need to unpack that. What is it about working out that you don't like? Don't do things that don't make you happy, girl. You don't have to physically do what other people are doing. You don't. Yes, I think my workouts are pretty sweet because they're fast and easy and, well, not easy, but they're quick and effective. But if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. Find something and get a mini win under your belt. If that's swimming, if that's walking, if that's running, if that's dancing in your underwears, do the thing, show up for yourself, and feel those happy hormones. The more you do, the better you get at it. Jeff, fun sliding? I have to text you have a dog interview. So we're going to get off now because Loic has a dog interview coming. And I just felt like I needed to show up here and let you ladies know this because you are more. You are more than enough. Okay, va brasser tes dents. Va brasser tes dents. On brosse les dents pour les autres. Okay? You are more than enough. And if you need anything, I am here for you. If you are struggling, if you've been, first of all, if you have been dieting, if you tell me you've been dieting for ever, you're going to stop right now. The thing with dieting is, if you diet for 12 weeks, and dieting 12 weeks is pretty much like considered okay, unless you're doing a show, then it would be longer, but none of us are doing shows, and I would not encourage that. Although, I'm getting to a space of, if people want to train for competitions, do the thing, live the full experience, but know that that world, that reality is not the truth, okay? When you look at figure competitors, bikini competitors, they are the least healthy people, okay? The least, okay? That is not a healthy space, mindset, whatever to be in. But if you've been dieting for 12 weeks, you need to give your body 24 weeks to recover. This is the thing. So you cannot be a professional dieter. This is what I jumped on to say. So if you're dieting for 12 weeks, you need a 24-week break. Now, break. That means with the food. That means you're increasing your food to maintenance. That means and above, just to repair get your metabolism back to homeostasis, help all the hormones, self-regulate, all the things, right? So if you've been dieting for 12 weeks, you need a 24-week break. that is the time to embrace, because you're training, you can have more fun with it. When you have more calories in your body, you can lift heavier weights, you can build up your endurance, all the fun things. So this is what I need you to see. If you've been dieting for a long time, you're gonna stop right now. But that doesn't mean stop moving your body. That means stop with the food, learn to trust yourself around food, and find something that is pleasurable in moving your body, right? Walking, swimming, biking, all the things, dancing in your underwears. So I'm going to officially get off because Loic's got a dog interview. If I said something that sparked you and you're too afraid to share it in the group, girlfriend, you can text me, inbox me, whatever. But I just need you to know that you, in this moment, are worthy. You're more than enough, beyond measure, and I love the F out of you. I know I dropped a few bombs, and maybe some of you have kids listening. I'm very sorry, but it's the truth. I speak with passion. I don't blow smoke. So that is what I got for you tonight. Okay, I'm saying goodbye now. Peace, love.